Is Shedeur Sanders a confident quarterback, labeled one of the best pure passers in the draft? Or is there more beneath the swagger? Entitlement, arrogance, um, in, entitlement, arrogance, a sense of I don't need you, you need me type of behavior. Let's dive into this. Let's talk about this because recently, two coaches from different teams said that Shedeur Sanders was arrogant and he was brash in the recent interviews that he had at the combine. On this podcast, the Raising Carter podcast, we talk about fatherhood coaching, teaching your sons about money, finance, teaching your sons about relationships and manhood. Just not teaching them about it, but us learning about it too. By the end of this video, I want you to be able to see how Deion Sanders not only shaped his son's skills as a football player, but also taught him the business of football.
Why are you the only kid they hating on? Why are you the only kid in the draft, potential first picks or whatever pick, that they hate on? Why are you the only one?
Because you prime time.
No, because they want you to slide to their team. It's game.
That's what
It's game. But we know the game. We Sanders, baby.
Setting him up for success now and well beyond the draft. And that's what our jobs are to do as a father, is to help our sons and daughters go farther than us. So let's talk about this. Here's a video from him at the combine. And if you don't really know anything about him and you seen this video, you might think you might feel a certain way.
There, what people gotta say. You know who my dad is? They hated on him too. So it's like it's almost normal. Without people hating, it's not normal for us. So we like diversity. We like everything that comes with the name. That's why we are who we are.
Yeah. So if you saw that, if that's the first time you saw him, you might feel like, who is this kid? Why does he think he's so great? But this isn't the first time you've seen him. A lot of the people that initially brought this information out, everybody's known about Shedeur for 2 years now. So there's more to me. There's more to this than just you trying to make it seem like all of a sudden he's just this arrogant person. But if you know anything about Shedeur, you have to understand where it comes from. So check out this video right here. This is his father, Deion Sanders, after a loss, after them losing, getting blown out in the bowl game this year. This is the speech that he gave to his team.
If you don't win and dominate your moments in life, you're not going to advance in life. So understand moments. You only have a multitude of moments. You never know when it's going to happen to you. You never know when it's going to be there, but you got to dominate your moment and seize the moment. We did. All the seniors we talked about tonight, you had opportunities. We didn't. Underclassmen, you had opportunities. We didn't. Let's learn from this. Let's understand what it is. Let's not be angry. It's a wrap. Let's be better. Let's not talk about one another. Let's not hate on one another. Let's build one another up. We good with that? Yes, sir. Everybody's going to separate. You're going to go your separate ways. I'm praying for each and every one of y'all traveling mercies, because I know y'all going to go everywhere. And I don't know when the next time I'm going to see you, but I want to see your face. All right? Travis J, where you at?
Right here, Coach.
I want you to know I love you. You know that, right?
I like it, Coach. You know that.
Straight up.
Know that.
From the heart, from the chest. Where's Herm? Love you, boy. You know that, right? All right, don't you ever forget that. Those are just guys that God just placed in my spirit. I love each and every one of y'all, but they were just on my heart for a particular reason. Okay? So, guys, be careful in your comings and goings. Be careful in what you get into. And no means no, right?
Yes, sir.
No means no, right?
Yes, sir.
No means no, right?
Yes, sir.
No means what?
No.
No means what?
No.
Come on, man. They just lost the game. They just lost the game. Most coaches would be cursing and pointing fingers and blaming. No, he's telling them the real. You had an opportunity, you didn't take advantage of it. Don't hate on each other. Don't point fingers at each other. You didn't take advantage of your opportunity. This is the man that he's learning from. This is the man that he's been learning from his whole life. So I just want to. I told you in the beginning, I'm going to show you why he is the way he is. Your son is the way he is because of you being there or not being there. This man is there. This man is in a lot of people's lives, a lot of young men's lives, making it better, making their lives better. But let's get to what was actually said. Was actually said. Well, let's get to what was actually said and what started the commotion.
It was contentious. Nothing about it was disrespectful. There was a different level of professionalism. Don't get the sense that he, cared an awful lot about what we thought. And to be quite honest with you, I don't think anyone's surprised. This perspective we have to have is, all right, we're armed with this information for months now. And Coach Prime has told us all along that they're going to kind of, weed some teams out. And he's got that right. He's been around the league. He played in the league. He's handled it a different way his whole life, and it's worked. And I think the former is a lot more likely than the latter. But either they already know where he's going, or it's down to two teams, and one of those two teams is going to draft him. And so he's not all that worried about the other teams. Or we're in for a wild first night of the draft with where Shedeur Sanders.
Ding, 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 ding. Yes, they already know what's going to happen. They already know who's going to draft him. I remember seeing the Raiders owner and Shedeur somewhere at a basketball game. And this Raiders owner, the look in his eyes, you could tell all over his face that this was my guy. The Raiders are going to draft him probably at number 4. That's why he went into the meeting the way he did. But check out this. It's more to check out this video.
Out of him. They had a 15-minute meeting with him, and when they were done, they both said in different ways, different words, that they did not feel like Shedeur Sanders cared all that much about what that organization thought of him. I've had multiple conversations, too, with these personnel people and other personnel people who see the same things that we talked about on tape. Best pure passer. Unbelievable. When in rhythm, touch, timing, layering the ball, throwing receivers open. Great instincts as a passer. When on the move, rolling right, rolling left, he can do things that are magical, right? But in those conversations, he's not that great an athlete. Holds on to the ball too long. Bailing out a lot right and left. Leaving easy cash on the field. It's a lot of the same stuff that we were worried about with Caleb Williams coming out. The difference is Shedeur is a fraction of the athlete that Caleb Williams is. And we saw how poorly that went this year. And so there's work to be done with this guy.
I think one of the overwhelming storylines coming out of this combine is that not only is he not all that close to Cam Ward in terms of that quarterback 1 race, that he's falling and that it's maybe quarterback 3 discussion time now.
Either Shedeur and Coach Prime, the Sanders family, and that team know exactly how this thing's going to play out, or based off of our tape study evaluation, and while we like Shedeur Sanders a whole lot, it could be a long first night of the draft for Shedeur.
No, they already know where he's going to go. If you already know where you want to go, if you already know who you want to play for, if it's already been set up, why should I listen to some team tell me, well, we're going to need you to do, will you be willing to be the backup? We need you to work on this. I'm not even going to you. You're not even going to draft me. So we don't need to play these games. You don't need to see where I'm at. I already know you're not going to draft me. I already know I'm not going to you. How do you expect a 23-year-old to act? Hell, I'm 51 and I wouldn't listen to that shit. So let's stop acting like we don't know what's going on here. We don't know. You know what I mean? I understand that people have to make news and people have to make content, but come on, please. I heard somebody say this. This is probably some coach who's got some type of issue with guys like this, who with guys with swag, or guys with confidence, and they think it's arrogance. Because let me tell you something else. Look, I don't give a damn what team it is. If that owner wants him, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Some little quarterback coach or assistant quarterback coach or whoever, it doesn't matter. If the owner wants him, if the person who pays your salary wants him, it's a wrap. If Jerry Jones wants somebody, who's going to talk him out of it? Maybe his son, that's it. So if an owner wants Shedeur, like I said, I seen the Raiders owner, the look that he had in his eye when he was talking to him. And 9 times out of 10, that's where he's going to go if somebody doesn't take him before that. Let's take a look at the latest mock draft. One of the latest mock drafts. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at it. This is the Yahoo Sports mock draft. Number 1, Cam Ward. I don't think Shedeur wants to go there anyway. Number 2, Carter, running back. That's not a surprise. Number 3, Travis Hunter, New York. Good pick. You're going to need somebody with some splash. You're going to need somebody with some swag, some flavor. These teams know what they're doing. And number 4, the guy that people are saying he's falling out of the first round. He's this, he's that. Kirk, yeah. His player comparisons, Kirk Cousins and Bridgewater. Hell no. But whatever. But here he is sitting at number 4 when people say that he might not even go in the first round. You heard the one guy say he was the best pure passer, magic footwork, but then all this other stuff. Look, you can't have it both ways, okay? This man has been taught the business of football. Either you like him or you don't like him, but either you can tell, like anybody with 2 good eyes, hell, I got 4 of them, that he's a good quarterback. It's all about where you go. It's all about where you go. It's people want to make it about all this other stuff, and no, it's just as much about where you go as who is the type of player you are. You go to the wrong team, you go to the wrong organization. It doesn't matter, football or basketball, baseball, wherever. You go to the wrong organization. I don't care how good you are. You're not gonna survive. You're not gonna last. So it's all about where you go. It's all about where this team, the priority that this team places on you, and how long are they willing to develop you. And if he goes number 4 to the Raiders, I think that's a great place for him, because Las Vegas, the Raiders, they need a quarterback. They need a quarterback with swag. They need a guy that they can build around. It's Shedeur. He's the man. He's the man. He's the man. He can get it done. And when you got a father like him who's been telling you stuff like this,
You got to want it first. Then you got to work it. Then you have the opportunity to win it. But it all starts with your want. You got to want this. I can't want this for you. You got to want this like no other. Then the work has to happen. And see, the work and the want got to add up together to want each other. Then that puts you in the position to win. Ain't nobody giving you no W. You got to go take that thing, man.
Yeah. And he did it, like he said. I don't have to prove anything to you guys at this I've done it. I've done it with a subpar offensive line. I've done it. Give me some of the best and see what he can do. Give him some of the best and see what he can do. He's going to win games. He's going to win games. But he is the way he is because his father taught him the business. I worked with people, and I've worked out the company I work for. You would see one guy on third shift, and then in the morning he would turn the machine over to his father. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I've never seen that. But that son knows how to work that machine because his father is going to make sure he knows how to work it, because his father doesn't want to be, number one, embarrassed. And any good father, like I said in the beginning, wants you to be better than him. His father taught him the business, to go in there and to let other teams know that he doesn't want to play for, to basically, not rudely, but subtly, and not rudely, but to let them know, not being rude, but let them know, I don't want to play for you. So we don't really need to have these conversations. We can keep this in-house, and I know I'm not going to play for you. There's nothing against you or your franchise, but hey, I don't want to play for you. Did you want him to do it like his father, just to walk out on people, or tell him you gonna have to put me on layaway? He did it a little bit more tasteful. He did it a little different, but people are taking it the wrong way. Look, I told you, I was going to show you that he's not arrogant. He's not brash. He's just confident. And I think I tend to agree with this video right here.
A lot of the draft evaluators are stupid. Show me a quarterback who's not arrogant. You ever sit with a guy who's going to be a star quarterback? Most of them are arrogant. Most of them have a lot of belief in what they do. He's incredibly accurate. Yes, he really understands not only offensive football, but he understands what you're doing as a defense. So he'll pick you apart that way. He processes quickly. Like, all those things to me are big-time attributes. And I just remember last year at this time, Bo Nix falling. People saying, hey, Bo Nix is going to be a second-rounder, and Bo Nix is not. By the way, that guy was one of the best quarterbacks in this rookie class last year. So I don't worry about what the evaluators say about Shedeur Sanders. I think the guy is a big-time player.
Do not allow my confidence to offend your insecurity. Oh. If I could get up and dance, I would dance right now. If I could get up and shout, I would shout right now. Do not allow my confidence to offend your insecurity, because I dress like I dress because I'm confident. I look like I look because he's confident. We walk like we walk because we're confident. I don't even use cologne. Now, somebody asked me, what is that you're wearing? I say, confidence.